Does interesting champs in pro play, spectator-wise, balance towards being stronger than not-interesting one-dimensional champs? It really depends on the character. So I'll say there's some degree of... players talk about this all the time. They're like, Riot buffs OP dash champs for the pro play big plays. And I don't think that's completely true, but I will call out that, like, yeah, it's really cool to see Lee Sin in pro, because when the best players are on Lee Sin, it's freaking amazing to watch, right? Versus when the best players in the game are playing Yuumi, something feels broken about the game. That's just the case, right? So generally pro being somewhat tilted towards like a lot more skill expressive champions can definitely be a boon, for sure. Now that said, another piece of pro that tends to be valuable though is variety. And so as an example, if we were seeing Malphite show up sometimes in top lane, we probably wouldn't be like, oh, Malphite, he's not Lee Sin, nerf him away, right? Like, actually, Malphite showing up every few games for some variety in the top lane can actually be really cool depending on how frequently played he is. If he's in 85% of pro games, that's probably not super cool. But if he's in 10% of pro games as like a counter pick or something, that actually can like add variety and interest to the game in like a compelling way. And then you get those, you know, awesome Malphite ults around Baron, and it's like, whoa, right? And like, was it super skillful that he got an awesome Malphite ult? No, not necessarily super skillful, but that's still like a big moment of like, oh yeah, he killed it, right? So I'm just calling out that like, you don't have to be a dashy hype beast champion to be good for pro play or be cool in pro play. But there is like, you know, it generally is true that like a character like Lee Sin, when popular in pro, tends to be like really, really cool versus like, you know, a character like Malphite probably wants to be a bit more of like spice on the meta as opposed to the dominant best thing you could possibly play. That's kind of the thoughts there. What are the Zeri and Neela nerfs? Well, I've got news for you about the Zeri. Yeah. So yeah, it's all about having a mix, I think. It's all about having a mix of like different theme, different characters that do different things, you know, have that variety out there. Yeah.